So today I actually wanted to talk to you about self-sabotage, and I wanted to change the format of my videos a little bit where it's a little more informal, because I felt like when I was trying to convey information, I got this look because I was trying to remember what I wanted to say. And you know what? If you're watching a video about self-sabotage, I think you know where I'm coming from. I think you know what it feels like to have a goal that you have wanted for a long time and get in your own way. Because I think that until you can uncover why you do something, you can't work to correct it. And so I didn't even realize I was self-sabotaging, but I had been doing it for years. And by years, I mean years. And I just accepted every lie that I told myself for why I was doing these behaviors. Every excuse was good enough. I did a lot of research since the end of 2022 and the beginning of 2023. And part of the time while I was doing this research, I read this book called The Mountain Is You by Brianne Wiest. And she said the greatest act of self-love is to no longer accept a life that you are unhappy with. And that just got me, because I have been doing these behaviors that I know make me unhappy, that I know will make it so I never reach my goals, and still I do them. And so I was like, why am I doing them? The hard reality is, the more I looked at it, the more I asked myself questions that I didn't want, that I didn't even want to deal with. I realized I was the biggest part of the problem. I'm going to read a quote from The Mountain Is You, because if I don't read it, I'm going to butcher it. And she said it so well. She just like laid out why we self-sabotage. And she said, "The habits and behaviors that you cannot stop engaging in, no matter how destructive or limiting they may be, are intelligently designed by your subconscious to meet an unfulfilled need, displaced emotion, or neglected desire." In other words, she's saying we are benefiting from these behaviors. These behaviors are doing something for us, something that we like, something that on a deeper level that is meeting a need that we are denying ourselves. And so when I thought of it that way, I started thinking of my sabotaging behaviors as benefits. And so these are the benefits that I came up with for why I self-sabotage. And the first one is self-sabotage brings you back to a comfortable place. When you are trying to change, when you are trying to get new habits, when you're trying to basically get your crap together, you have to do things differently than you normally do them. And you know what? That sucks. And eventually you get to a point where you slide back. And the reason you slide back, the reason I was doing all these things, is because even though these behaviors were, like she described, they were destructive, they weren't helping me reach my goals, they were very familiar. And while I was doing them, it's like they brought me to a safe place, even though that safe place was destructive. I do these things because they make me feel that way. And I found that feelings has a lot to do with why we self-sabotage. At least it did for me. I found that self-sabotage goes in, it's kind of like, I want to say like Shrek, it's kind of like an onion, but it's kind of like that. It's layered, at least for me. I have the first layer, and it is exhilarating. I love the chaos. I love the feeling of being out of control while I am doing these behaviors, because I'm not just indulging, I am overindulging. It is going from 0 to max. I almost would say that that feeling is addicting, because it's like a little mini adrenaline rush and a dopamine hit all in one. I am getting the full benefits of my bad behavior, and they are making me feel excited. They are making me feel like I'm invincible, until they don't. And then comes what I think of as the second phase of self-sabotage. I realize that I have done something bad, and I have this choice where I can stop or I can keep going. And oftentimes I choose to keep going because I know the next phase is numbness. I feel nothing. I feel no remorse for what I ate. In fact, I'm gonna eat more. I don't feel bad for how much I spent, and like I said, I'll eat more, I'll spend more. I can lay on the couch and scroll through my phone and not have to think, why are you being so lazy? You should be doing something else. And the reason I like this, the reason I push through to this is because it feels like a break. If you know what I mean, if you have ever had a goal, if you have ever had a goal that you have tried to reach for a long time, like I have been trying to lose weight for 26 years now. I have been trying to get my budget under control since we got married. And so when you have a goal that you have had for a long time, it gets heavy. Like thinking about doing it all the time is just so, it's just so hard, and it's just, I need a break. And even though I know I'm going to have to deal with the consequences when I am numb, I just don't care, and it feels so good to not care. It does. It feels so good. And so think about that for a moment. Do you experience that? Do you experience that rush followed by that who gives a crap? Because that is what keeps me coming back to these behaviors. Even though I know they're not doing anything to get me towards my goal, they're still a break for me. And that is why I self-sabotage. And I know there are probably other reasons. And as I continue working on this, I'm going to uncover them and I'll share them with you. So if you are engaging in these behaviors, you are getting something out of it. I guarantee that you are getting something out of it, or you would not be doing it. And the hard part is that you probably don't want to answer these questions. I know I did not want to answer these questions. I can remember laying on my bed after binging, feeling like crap, feeling like I was going to be sick, and asking my husband over and over, because this situation happened a lot, and just being like, why do I do this? Why do I eat until I am sick? And him saying, you need to ask yourself that question. And you know what? I didn't. As far as I went for asking that question to myself was saying it out loud. I didn't really sit and think about what the answer could be because I didn't want to hear the answer. And that is some of the problem with trying to deal with self-sabotage, because sometimes you don't want to hear the answer. But until you get to the bottom of that why and find that answer out for yourself, you're going to be stuck in the loop. And I say this because I have been stuck in the loop for a long time. I want to get out of it. I want to stop sabotaging myself when I am doing good. I want to quit getting in my own way. And so this year I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do that by asking myself the hard questions, the things I do not want to deal with, and taking ownership, because the problem is me. And until I deal with those emotions, until I deal with all that hard crap that I do not want to deal with, that I do not want to touch with a 10-foot pole, then I'm just going to be right where I am. And you know what? On a subconscious level, I probably want to stay here, because it is comfortable. I have been here for a long time. It feels safe. And those are the emotions that I have to deal with to get out of it. Because I do want to change. Because if I don't work on these emotions, I might as well stop. I might as well quit. Because I'm not going to get anywhere no matter how much effort I put in. I know this from yo-yo dieting. I have lost weight before. I have lost up to 70 pounds before. And then put it right back on and more. 1 year, I lost 35 pounds 3 different times and ended the year weighing more than I had started. And that is not going to happen anymore because I am no longer going to find that acceptable. If you are dealing with self-sabotage, the first thing I want to say to you is, I'm sorry. It sucks. I know it sucks. And working through it is not going to be the funnest thing. But a lot of the time, the things we need to work through are not fun. But you can do it. If you need help, get help. If you have somebody you can talk to them. If you have people that make you feel like you're stuck in this box, tell them. Tell them that they are making you feel that way. I say this because I am trying to do this in my life, and it is really helping me to actually be able to talk through these emotions. Like even just talking to you right now, like you're my friend, is helping me work through these emotions. Thank you. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. And if you have an experience that you would like to share about self-sabotage and what helped you overcome it, please let me know in the comments below. Until next time, my name is Echo. I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.